Hey guys, how you doing? It's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards, and today's video is going to be about Don Drysdale, and I really appreciate him as a player. He retired before, I really remember baseball, but from what I've read about him, and he was a heck of a player, heck of a battler, very intense, a very physical, dominating pitcher that pitched inside a lot, and he had quite a few run-ins with players, and I believe he holds the record for most batters hit by pitch, and he was just a dominant pitcher with him and Sandy Koufax in the late 50s through the 60s. Just the 1-2 punch with the Dodgers was almost unbeatable at times. And, Drysdale, he got in the Hall of Fame in 1984, and I believe he got in his, I want to say maybe his 10th year of eligibility. And there are some people that think he's a marginal Hall of Famer, but I think Don Drysdale is a great player and certainly deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He retired in 1969. This card here is his last card, the 1969 card. And from what I gather, I think he retired in the middle of the year, midway through the season. He retired. I think he had some nagging shoulder problems. But this is his last card, and I just really like this card. I like the 69s, period. But you can see he had 204 wins coming into that season, 2,400 strikeouts, 842 balls, and the ERA was under 3 at 2.92. And he held that record for a long time of the scoreless innings, 58 and 2/3. I believe Oral Hershiser broke that record in 87 or 88. It's commemorated on one of the Topps cards from that year, 88 or 89. But yeah, Don Drysdale, just a great player. And after he retired, he became a broadcaster, ABC baseball. This is the 1968 card. This is a really nice card. Yeah, he was a big man. He was 6'6", almost 220 pounds. A good sized guy. Like I say, a very physical pitcher. Him and Eddie Matthews had many run-ins, as Drysdale would pitch inside and then pitch inside even more. And he didn't back down from anybody. This is the 67. Boy, the 67 set really is growing on me. And just a very clean card. I like this card with the follow-through. Truly a workhorse. He has pitched 300 more innings per season in 4 out of the last 5 years. Wow. But he was really a workhorse. But yeah, he was an announcer for the on national television, and then of course he was a announcer with the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's a nice 1966 card. Don is proud of his 3 World Series wins, as he should be. The great Don Drysdale. This is one of my favorite cards here from the 65 set, the league leaders, and this card just is so beautiful with Koufax and Drysdale in the blue. Just something about this card that just really really speaks to me. The 65 set, of course, is my favorite set. Yeah, look at that. Koufax with a 1.74 and Drysdale with a 2.19 ERA. Wow. What a 1-2 punch. Unbelievable. Yeah, the 65 set is my favorite set from the 60s. And it's a real nice card for Don. With the blue sky and the blue hat and the blue pennant. Just a great card. Almost all of Don's cards are really nice looking. There's really none that are, at least for me, that I just don't really care for. Just a lot of nice cards in the Drysdale run. This card's interesting. He's kind of looking off in the distance. And one thing I did not like on the 64s was the back of the card. The orange and white, very, very hard to read the stats. But you can see here, as we look at the 63 tops, you know, they didn't do much. They cropped out. They zoomed in, I guess, on the 64. It's the same exact photo on the 63. Same background for the stadium. You can see the little red sign over his shoulder in the 64. You can't see his glove, obviously, in the 64. But the 63 card, this is a really nice card. Just a super card. They're so hard to find on the bottom with the colors, especially with this red not being all chipped up. And the 63s, when you find them in nice shape, boy, they are just really, really nice cards. Probably my second favorite card design of the 60s. The 65s being first, and then these 63s, I believe, are my second favorite. Like the backs on these, really nice. Look at that, he pitched 19 complete games. Wow. He finally lived up to his potential. Yeah, the 63, just a great card. Really happy to have that. I got that at Strongsville this year. This card here is awesome. The league leader card from 63. We got Koufax, Gibson, and Drysdale. 3 great, great players. You can see Drysdale 232, Koufax 216, Gibson 208. What a back-to-back combo that is. Amazing. Great card. It's a really nice 62. Again, when you find the 62s in good shape, they're really, really nice. They just don't wear very well. When they're chipped up and woefully off-center, they just, for my eye, they just don't look good. But this is a nice one. No snowing. A very serious look for Mr. Drysdale. Great card. Happy to have that. Again, the same pose as the 62. This is a nice 61. I'm sure glad he had a hat. There's so many of the 61s that the players don't have a ball cap, and I really, really don't like that. But this is a nice card. I don't really care for the backs in the 61s. They're okay, but it's just some of the backs on the other issues are much better. But I like that card. Great card. And my third favorite set of the 60s. Love this 1960 set. That's a nice card. I've had a really hard time finding the right card at the right price. And I think I bought these on trade night in Strongsville this year. I didn't buy them from a dealer, but I don't really remember who I bought them from. I bought this at the same time, a little package deal. Love these All-Star cards. Like I said, I was having a hard time finding the ones that look good and for the right price and they're graded, so I bought those raw and they're good for now. Here's a 59, pretty cool card. Real nice 59. That's a third-year card for Mr. Drysdale. The 59 hat set had just a bunch of these little, like the hitter's foes, and just different multiplayer cards, just a ton of them. But here you got Padres, Labine, and Drysdale. Johnny Padres, Clem, I call him Labine, Clem Labine, Donnie Drysdale. $19.58. First year that the Dodgers were in LA. These can be hard to find without fish eyes on them. This one here is in pretty good shape. That bright yellow background can be tough. It can be tough. Didn't pay for this card. Got it 2 years ago at Strongsville on a trade. Traded an Eddie Matthews 1960 All-Star card for this. I needed this card, and he needed the Matthews All-Star, and it was a good trade. So Drysdale, second-year card, first in LA. And then here is his rookie card. The Brooklyn Dodgers. I believe Drysdale was the last player to retire that was a Brooklyn Dodger with the LA Dodgers. There may have been other guys who were Brooklyn Dodgers that played on other teams, but as far as the Los Angeles Dodgers, he was the last of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Got this card at a pretty decent price. It's pretty obvious why. I don't like to point out the flaws on my cards, but I'm okay with it. But yeah, the Don Drysdale rookie card. So the only regular issue card that I'm missing besides like a batting leaders, league leaders cards is the 1962 All-Star card. So I need to get the 62 All-Star. And then there's just a ton of bazookas and just all kinds of stuff. Like for example, I have this insert. This is a real beater, but yeah, the 1965. These cards are just something else. And then I had to pause real quick. My dog was tearing up some papers. So, but this here is a 1963 pinup, and it's a really big piece. The way I've got my camera set up, this is about the best I can do. But you can see how big it is. You know, or even you can compare it like to a slab. It's about the size of 2 slabs. These were given out at the Dodger Stadium, and kind of remind you of like the old Gowdy, the big head Gowdy. Like I said, the 63 pinup. It's a blank back. There's nothing to see on the back, but this is kind of a cool piece for a Drysdale collector. And of course, there's Koufax has one too. His is quite a bit more expensive, but this is a neat piece here. So kind of an oddball piece. But there's a lot of bazookas for Drysdale. Just a lot of there was I think it's called Bell Brand. Was a food issuer for the Dodgers. There's just a whole lot of odd pieces. There was a Hires root beer, Drysdale. So for the Drysdale run, to get his main cards, those are what I have. And sounds like somebody's here. So it's a long enough video to begin with, but I'm going to sign off. If you guys like this, please give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Take care, everyone.